Brian, I'm up for anything Haas. And we talked about it and morphed Lawrence Sieberth into the mix immediately. And they had collaborated once before and really loved it. They are of like minds. And then we enhanced it from there and made a monster ball out of it because they're all monsters that are playing on this. Right?
Yes.
That's right. You know who we're talking about? We got Lawrence and Brian, and we've got Pedro Segundo on percussion. We've got James Evans on multiple reed instruments. But wait, there's more. We've got Monica Rose Kelly that's going to do a whole nother dimension to the experience, another visual layer that she is acclaimed for. So during this performance, we're going to have a whole wash of imagery while this is taking place around the, sort of the macabre theme. And we're going to be starting that at 9 o'clock. We're going to be working at that through the evening until about 12:30 tomorrow night.
Awesome. And we have Brian Haas and Larry Sieberth right here in the studio. This Halloween event. Welcome back to WWOZ Studios, y'all.
Good to hear you.
Thanks for having us, Michael.
Well, I'm glad you're here. And you have something special in store for us, so let's give it a listen. All right. Live music from Brian Haas and Larry Sieberth right here at WWOZ. And we are being broadcast and video streamed, live streamed on Facebook and YouTube. And, of course, we archive all of our shows for 2 weeks. So if you're missing this and want to tell people about it, you can go right to our website and check out this live performance. And, again, they're going to be performing at Snug Harbor. And that's Halloween on 9 to 12:30, midnight hour, of course. And thank y'all for being here, because this is really perfect for the Halloween theme, for a Halloween party. How are y'all doing? Getting all warmed up for this?
Yeah, doing great.
Looking forward to this immensely.
Yeah. I can't wait to see this with the art, because the live art's going to make this very atmospheric. We don't have that in here today, but that's going to be over at Snug. So we're calling this a little teaser.
Yeah.
The art's going to be there, happening live for y'all over at Snug on Frenchman Street.
Yeah, I got to see Monica Rose Kelly do her thing at Music Box in the spring, and it was brilliant, absolutely incredible. She put together the entire thing and had a lot of staff working for her, helping with the lights and the projections, and yeah, that's when I got the idea to add her to this, because it was what she did to the Music Box was incredible. So I'm excited to see what she does at Snug.
Awesome.
Well, I don't know if anybody here remembers the 80s, but we used to do multimedia shows quite often with our good friend John Graubarth, who had these images, and this is before computers, and this is in the days where the oil was put on a overhead projector, like the Inagata Devita album
Right.
cover.
Psychedelic.
Yeah, so
Spookadelic.
yeah, so now we have computers and new art forms that really enhance the performance, and it's almost becoming a requirement now, especially for large shows. I heard that the visuals for the Paul McCartney show were spectacular, and I know they were for Peter Frampton, because we were able to attend that. And the Sphere's got it going on in Vegas. They're kind of like,
Absolutely.
it's kind of like where the high bar is set right now.
Well, you get a taste of that over at Snug. So we're looking forward to that. Can y'all play a little bit more for us?
Sure,
Absolutely.
sure.
Again, we have Brian Haas and Larry Sieberth here at WWOZ in our studio. And this is the New Orleans Music Show with your host, Michael Dominici. And we're broadcasting live, y'all.
Thanks for having us, Michael.
Absolutely. All right, all right. That's awesome, awesome. Brian Haas and Larry Sieberth, and they're going to be doing the Monsters Ball at Snug Harbor. I got to ask y'all something about when you're playing this music. It really is very evocative and provocative and really kind of really compelling. So I'm going to ask you about this idea of when you're playing, where the inspiration comes from, because it seems like you're conjuring spirits as you're performing this music. So can you talk a little bit about some of that, about the process of getting to play this kind of music? It's a little bit different than what y'all normally play. So what is it that gets you in the mind frame to do this?
Well, I think the thing you have to understand is your mind is not inside your head. And the point is for the mind that's in your head to leave your head and become part of, or I should say, your body and your mind, the physical mind, need to be like the channeling device. Like you're a radio, you're a receiver, you're a conduit. And it has a lot to do with just being in that moment to respond and create. And it's a way of viewing the world. You know, it's very I don't know. It's just a way of thinking about yourself in the world or being in the world.
Yeah, it takes some trust. I mean, I trust you, in a musical way, deeply, and so it's about getting empty and just having faith that I'm going to be able to sort of merge with Larry. So a lot of it just comes down to trust. The first time I heard him do his synth thing was at Sidebar a very long time ago, and I walked in not knowing what to expect, and he completely blew my mind. And so I wanted to play with Larry for 15 years.
That's awesome.
And it's just, it's very cool to be able to kind of merge with his concept And I agree with Larry. It's about kind of letting the mind go and just getting empty and just trusting in the other person.
As far as this Halloween theme, you're definitely well versed in this because you do a lot of cinematic things, including playing along with Nosferatu pretty much yearly here at the Broadside. So tell us about that process of getting to be inspired and evoke something that correlates with the cinematic element, because you're going to be doing something in this element with the live projection.
Mm-hmm.
So you're already well versed in that. So how did you get inspired to do that, and what inspires you to play music around such a classic piece of cinema and adding things to that? Because it's been a really kind of a wonderful tradition that you have going on there.
Yeah, thank you. We did it last night. We're going to be doing it again tonight at the Broadside at 8:30. My grandmother was an organist for silent movies. She traveled. She was a regional organist, so my grandmother did Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, and Arkansas primarily. And she used to talk about just coming in with her suitcase, putting it right by the organ, staring at the movie, doing the thing, going to the hotel, then the next night going to a different place and doing it. So, I mean, I think my grandmother originally hipped me to that idea. But for me, the music I've always enjoyed when I'm playing or when I'm listening, like even when I'm listening to something like John Coltrane's Crescent, an album like that, I mean, I'm seeing things. I get visual images from music, whether it's colors or shapes or just storylines. And so I just think I naturally gravitated towards that in my professional life. But it really started with my grandmother. She was a regional organist for silent movies.
I love it. That makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
Yeah.
well, thank you guys both for being here and playing the music for us, giving us a little taste of what's happening over at the Monsters Ball at Snug Harbor. And, of course, you'll be at Broadside tonight, Brian. And, again, for our listeners, we've been streaming this on Facebook and YouTube, so we'll have a permanent archive there. And also, you can listen to this on our archives at WWOZ for the next 2 weeks if you want to dial back and check this out or share it with your friends. That's a great way to do it. And we'll see you tonight and tomorrow night at Snug Harbor for the Monsters Ball.
Thanks
Brian
a lot,
Haas,
Michael.
Larry
Thank you very
Sieberth,
much.
performing live here at WWOZ 90.7 FM on your radio dial. This is the New Orleans Music Show. We have an announcement, and we're going to go way back and listen to some vintage Jelly Roll Morton coming at you next.
Support for WWOZ comes from Dickie Brennan and Company, unveiling their new venue, the Josephine, with a fundraiser for the Jacques Pepin Foundation, Wednesday, November 12th.